So today we're going to be talking about why I believe Baby Doge will continue to grow. And there's a lot of reasons for Baby Doge continuing to grow. But if you're new to my channel, definitely go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Definitely check out my other channel as well. Follow me on Instagram, all that good stuff. But let's get right into it. So let's talk about why I believe Baby Doge is going to continue to grow. I'm going to be going over the technical analysis for Baby Doge, and then I'm going to be going over the technical analysis for Bitcoin. But before we even do any of that, let's talk about the growth of Baby Dogecoin and where we really came from. So if you really come back here and you look at everything that we've done here in Baby Doge, really we've been going strong since June. And that was of 2021, by the way. We've been going strong for over a year inside of Baby Dogecoin. We've had massive pumps and massive pullbacks. But right now, you're seeing a stabilization point. And Baby Doge is already corrected. It's already pulled back. It's almost like we're down to the lowest where we could possibly get. But this isn't the complete lowest, and I'll go over that in the technical analysis later on. But right now, this is definitely a stabilization point of Baby Doge. And even looking at the chart over here, you can see how we've been stable all day, just trading sideways. We have had a little bit of a pump here, but all in all, we're still stabilizing here inside of Baby Doge. So the growth phase is still yet to come. This isn't even the best of what Baby Doge could possibly do. Now, for starters, we are at a $504 million fully diluted market cap. Like, that's pretty huge. And then $191 million in actual market cap. And then our trading volume is at $4.3 million. So despite what anybody says about Baby Doge, we're still doing fairly well and better than a lot of other cryptos. And also, if you look over here, we're only down 2.5% in the last 24 hours, yet our 1 year projection is 23.2% up in the last year. Now, if you think about it, any other crypto out there that's been out for longer than a year, look at Bitcoin. What has Bitcoin done in the last year? Bitcoin is down 64.7% in the last year. And I know you can't necessarily say Baby Doge is a more better sound crypto than Bitcoin. Nothing could be more better and more sound than crypto or than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is literally the top dog. All right. It's the top Doge. We can't take anything away from Bitcoin. But when you look at the actual returns for Baby Dogecoin, it's way better than Bitcoin. And that's just a fact. But the reason why I really want to talk about the growth of Baby Doge and how much we could really achieve is because I've been seeing there's a lot of people in the Baby Doge community losing faith. I see it a lot in the comments. A lot of people are talking about they no longer have faith. They're just trying to break even. They want to get out of it. They're calling it a poop coin, they're calling it a poo coin. So a lot of people aren't really too faithful inside of Baby Doge right now. But me personally, I'm still holding a lot of faith in Baby Doge. Now, let's talk about the growth of Baby Doge. Look at what we've done since the 23rd of September. Right now, it's the 7th of October. And since the 23rd of September, we've garnered almost 10,000 followers. So look at this. This is actually holders, not followers. But the 23rd of September, we had 1,618,316 people in Baby Doge. Now today, October 7th, we have 1,624,481 people inside of Baby Doge. So we're getting so many people coming in Baby Doge every single day. And not only that, we just now made the Baby Doge swap. And the significance of this is really going to weigh in with the burns. So every month leading up to the first of every month, they would always talk about we're going to burn every single month, right? But they recently stopped the burns so then we can get the Baby Doge swap out. And the reason they had to do that is because the farming and staking, we needed rewards for those farming pools and staking pools. So the reason we had to do that was to get these rewards. See, if they continued to do the same thing, continuing to burn 5 quadrillion every single month, then eventually they wouldn't have anything else to burn. They wouldn't have anything else for the rewards for staking and farming. Therefore, our utility would be non existent if we keep going with those burns. But see, now we're adding actual utility to Baby Dogecoin because we're bringing in these farming pools. We're bringing inside staking. We're bringing so much inside of Baby Dogecoin. You can add liquidity to here if you want. So there's a lot of different utilities being added here based off of those burns being stopped. So we had to stop those burns. So our growth is going to continue to grow because of these utilities. Now, we're still going to get burns. Every single time people use Baby Doge Swap, we're getting burns. So look, a portion of Baby Doge Swap fees goes back to or goes to the buyback and at the burn of Baby Doge. So yes, there's always a burn fee that's going to happen for Baby Doge, and there's always going to be a buyback for that. So we're always getting the burns flowing into Baby Doge. So there's another good thing about Baby Doge Coin and Baby Doge Swap. Now, also, we got to talk about the other utilities that we have for Baby Dogecoin. So it's not just this. And also, you can see new projects are putting in on Baby Dogecoin as well. So they can automatically put their staking and farming up here, and they can do it easily. This one was just now posted today. It already has $6,792 in total liquidity. Now, it might not seem like much, but it ends in 367 days. And between that time period, it could get way more liquidity. And the APR is extremely high. It's 1100, 1187. That's extremely high. We just now got the Shine pair as well as the CHRP pair. And the Shine pair just now came in today. So as this starts, a lot of projects are going to start putting in these farming pools, and they're just going to start flowing in like crazy. So, I mean, I think there's a huge possibility that this is going to continue to grow at a rate that people aren't even expecting. You might see it stabilizing and trading sideways right now, but Baby Doge Swap is probably going to end up changing the direction of Baby Dogecoin. Now, let's go ahead and back out of here. I want to kind of show the main website here for the Baby Dogecoin as well. So, like everybody knows, Baby Dogecoin was a meme coin. It started as a meme coin. That's why I say was, because now it's more than just a meme coin. We have the utility of Baby Doge swap that we just now shown, and you can actually even go over here to the swap. You can go over here and add liquidity. You can do all that good stuff. There's actual utility to this, and we also have the NFTs. So as the price of Baby Doge increases, the price of the NFTs will also increase. So this is another thing, and only 10,000 NFTs were minted for Baby Dogecoin, and then we have 3D NFTs for the people who stake these NFTs, which is another utility in its whole self. So you can see like everything just is starting to multiply here with Baby Dogecoin. Everything is multiplying. Now I want to go ahead and show you something else with Baby Doge. So let's just go back over to the actual Baby Doge website. Now remember the card. We're still going to be getting the Baby Doge card, and they're already working on this. Just the third party people are working on it right now. So whenever we get this, it's going to be huge. It's going to roll out in Europe first, and then as well as the UK. Then eventually it'll get to America and other areas of the world. But this is still another huge utility for us. So I think with all this stuff coming out, and we also have a game coming out, there's a lot of stuff that Baby Doge has to offer. And I think the growth of Baby Doge is just inevitable. It's actually one of the largest communities when it comes to crypto, and especially when it comes to Twitter and different social media platforms. Twitter, we have 1.6 million followers. There's not many cryptos that are above a million followers right now. We're above a lot of other cryptos out there. So we really can't take anything from Baby Dogecoin. Even if you go over here and you look at Avalanche, the official Avalanche page only has 767,000 followers. Now I know followers doesn't, translate to actual utility. It doesn't translate to actual, the actual growth of the coin, but it still shows that we have the possibility to be huge. You got to think about it. Even our Twitter has more followers than MetaMask itself. Every single crypto on the Ethereum blockchain pretty much uses MetaMask. So let's be honest. A lot of people are using MetaMask. Like, you got to look at Vitalik Buterin. Come on, 4.4 million followers. Baby Doge already at 1.6 million followers. I mean, if you look at all the top players inside of crypto, Baby Doge is literally up there with them. Literally more than Tron DAO, and literally Ripple right behind Ripple. So I'm not trying to, justify Baby Doge, but I am saying there's a very large possibility that Baby Doge will continue to grow without the support of the whole overall crypto community, because people can laugh at it for being a meme coin all they want, but when you actually start to see these utilities flow in, now we're getting farming, we're getting staking, we're getting an actual game coming out, we're getting an actual card, we have different liquidity pairs here for Baby Dogecoin. When you see all this stuff coming out for Baby Doge, like, you just can't deny that this is going to be a great project. It's a great community. So regardless of what anybody says, Baby Doge will continue to grow. But let's kind of talk about some other stuff, because not only do we have actual utilities, we actually donate a large portion of the money that is made by Baby Doge with the fees, and they're donated to dogs in need. So there's a lot of money flowing to these different charities through Baby Dogecoin. So Baby Doge isn't just a utility coin now, it's also a charity coin. So there's a lot of use cases here for Baby Doge. It's also a reflections coin. It's a rewards coin. You get those rewards just for holding Baby Doge. You're getting those reflections in. So there's a lot to be said about Baby Doge, and you really cannot count it out. But let's kind of go ahead and go over a few other things here. We already went over most of the things that we wanted to talk about today. Now let's kind of go over the technical analysis. So for the overall crypto market, everything really is still moving sideways, but more so it's still going down. It's not pumping huge. You're going to have XRP doing what it's doing just because of the whole lawsuit, and people are really getting happy about it. But overall, everything is kind of just on the downtrend and more so sideways. So let's talk about the actual projection for Baby Doge, the price prediction, where we believe it will go. So first of all, right now Baby Doge is at 1208. So that's not too bad. 8Z1208. And that's at 1.6% down inside of the last 24 hours. Not too bad, not too shabby. So let's go ahead and look at this and project where we're going to be going here. So as you can see with this increase right here, it's not too large of an increase. It is a little bit of an increase all the way down from 1199, which is 8Z1199, and now we're still kind of going up. You're starting to see this green candlestick is actually probably going to form. I don't know how far up it's going to go, but we can make a projection here. So first of all, our resistance is all the way up here at 1250. So the fact that we have the 1250 resistance, it does show that we still have a little bit of a ways to go up. So we're at 1208 for Baby Doge. So that is the resistance. If we cannot get back above it, like how back here we got rejected, immediately went down, rejected again, went down, and now we haven't went back up there since then. So this kind of tells us the projection for the whole overall crypto market, it's probably going to continue to go down for a little bit more. So we could continue to see this dropping a little bit more than it is. But remember, this is just short term. This is the 15-minute chart. If we do look at the 4-hour chart, though, we see that we do have a support area that we have to hit. So we do have to come all the way back here to 1140. That's 8Z1140. That's 8 zeros and a 1140. So if we are going to continue to pull back, we should see 8Z1140 soon. Now, if we do hit this area, this shows that it's less demand whenever you see a red area like this. That's why the second we hit this red area, we start to go down a little bit more. There's less demand in these areas. So you're going to see it continuing to pull back a little bit more. But if we do hit that 1140 area, we could be building momentum to get back up to 1250, because then we hit this area and it acts as a support. So we could be seeing that with the Baby Dogecoin. But all in all, we have a lot to do here in Baby Doge. But if we even continue to pull back down, we still have Baby Doge swap to really hold us up. We still have the farming and all that. So we still have these utilities that create passive income that keeps you ahead of the market. So if you're just holding Baby Doge, you're gonna have to suffer from dropping a lot more. Like the bottom that I mentioned, inside of the beginning of the video, I still believe the bottom for Baby Doge is going to be 9Z7. That's 9 zeros and a 7. So we could be seeing 9Z7 as the bottom. That is where we bottomed out before inside of Baby Doge, back inside of the 12th of May, somewhere around that time. But right now, it definitely seems like we're going to be more so closer to the 1140 area. And eventually, we could possibly add on another zero if we continue on this path. But considering that we just now got the Baby Doge swap and that they're actually about to release some more news about the game, if you've been paying attention to the Twitter, they did mention they're going to start, releasing stuff about the game. They're going to be releasing ads about the game. So that's another thing that will definitely help Baby Doge go up as well. It's coming soon. There's a lot of different things coming soon. A lot of marketing is going to start rolling in. The last AMA that we actually had, they were actually talking about how they're going to have some aggressive marketing coming after the Baby Doge swap. So after that, and it's already came out, we should have more and more marketing. And I'm actually noticing that their posts are actually starting to increase on Baby Doge. They're actually starting to post every single day now rather than every other day. This is on October 6th. This post was yesterday, farming as a service. And then we got this post today, and this is talking about the 0% swap fees. And then we got this post today talking about the burns of Baby Dogecoin. So I think eventually we're going to start getting more and more news for Baby Dogecoin. Every single day, more news is going to come. And something that we could all do to help the marketing of Baby Doge is just going here and liking every single tweet, retweeting every single tweet. I tweet about Baby Doge every day, and I come through here and I do the same thing. I'll tweet about Baby Doge. If you want to retweet my tweets, go ahead and do that. If you just want to hit the tweet button, go ahead and do that for all the tweets. It'll definitely help the growth of Baby Doge and other coins as well. But really, I'm focused on Baby Doge. But this is pretty much all I got for the technical analysis for Baby Doge. But let's talk about Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is a huge factor in what Baby Dogecoin is going to do next, because everything ultimately in crypto is following the path of Bitcoin. So for one, you see it says low activity. Whenever you see this low activity, high activity, this is for institutional interest and dark pools. So we don't have much institutional interest for or for Bitcoin around 19.5K, right? Because it says low activity. And this green area is a more demand area. This is pretty much showing us that the demand that we have for our more demand area is pretty much coming from the retail traders. So if we have more demand for retail traders, but we have less demand for institutional investors, this kind of shows us that the institutional investors want the price of Bitcoin to go lower. And the retail traders just cannot move the price on their own. They're going to need the institutional interest as well. So I'm predicting that we're going to have another sell off here. And for one, you can even see over here on the oscillator, we had some buying, right? This buying brought us all the way up to where we are now. But there was a bearish signal that came up here. And it's very important to look at these bearish signals because they don't immediately mean that we're going to drop. But it does mean sooner or later, we're about to have a drop in the crypto market. So, first of all, look at how this is happening. We're having less buying. That's why it shows the bearish signal. Less buying is coming in. And now look at how this is actually curving on the downside. This wave is actually curving down, meaning that there's actually selling coming in. So now that we see selling coming in, I predict that this will sell off all the way down to here, the support of 19.3K. So 19.3K is probably going to end up coming soon here for Bitcoin. Right now we're at 19.5K. Probably seems insignificant right now. And then eventually we will pull back all the way down here to 18.9K. But remember, this is just a 5-minute chart, a very short term. If you were to switch over here to the 15-minute chart for Bitcoin, you're also seeing now we're coming off of an overbought area here on the oscillator. So if we are overbought on Bitcoin for the oscillator, this means selling is coming in. So it kind of confirms the prediction that we're actually going to come back down here to this 19.3, 19.4K area. So we should be pulling back down here pretty soon. But remember, this is just the 15-minute chart. We looked at the 5-minute chart previously. Now we're looking at the 15-minute chart. This is still short term. It's a very short term. If you actually look down here, I've been talking about 18.2K for a while now. That's a support that we have all the way down here, 18.2K. And I still believe we're going to reach that support. We hit it back here on the 19th of September. We hit it back here again on the 22nd of September. Well, we almost hit it on the 19th, and then we almost hit it on the 22nd. And then we actually just barely hit it on the 22nd, actually. But still, we hit those two supports, and they are very significant supports. So now if we go ahead and we look at the 4-hour chart, we can kind of see we're seeing the same type of support lines for Bitcoin. We're still seeing 18.2K. 18.2K is a very significant support. It's also showing that we have more demand inside of this area. That's where the green comes in. That's why this area down here is green, because there's more demand. So right now, when you're looking at the oscillator here for the 4-hour chart, it is showing for the 4-hour chart, which is more long term, is showing that we're a little bit oversold here, because you can see there was a huge red candlestick bringing us from 19.9K. Really, it brought us from 20K all the way down to where we are now, 19.5K. So we probably will see a little bit of a jump back here inside of Bitcoin, possibly rising back up to 19.5K temporarily or somewhere in this area. And that's just temporarily before we then, boom, have a drop all the way down to 18.2K. And that's really what I've been talking about for a while. 18.2K is inevitable at this point. But not only is that inevitable, the 1 week chart, this is the very long term chart that a lot of people like to ignore. But really, when we look at this, we should be hitting 18.2K, and not 18.2K, but all the way down here at 10K, and then eventually over here, 14 to 10K. That is the range for Bitcoin in the long term. So sooner or later, we're going to hit this area. But when we hit there, we're actually going to see heavy momentum, just like we did back in 2020, going from October all the way here until about January, February, and a little bit of March. And then from April down, we just start going down inside crypto. We started to pump again a little bit after that, but we did not get much above there. But it was a huge major area of resistance for us back in 2020. That's why I always come back to this 1410K area, because look, actually, the second we hit this 14K or this 10K area, we start to rise immediately to 14K. So I predict when we hit 14K again, like go down to 14K, we should almost immediately start to go back down to 10K. And then when it hits 10K, we actually may see a little bit of a sideways trading movement before we have more buying coming in, sending us right back up into another bull market. So how long is this going to take for us to become bullish? Nobody 100% knows, but we do know that a bull market is set to happen once we get down to 10K. It's just going to be a matter of when it's going to happen once we get to that 10K area. But hey, this is pretty much all I got for you all today. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you think Baby Doge is going to continue to grow. I believe Baby Doge will continue to grow, and I do believe that the crypto market will become bullish sooner or later. It's just going to take these supports to actually be met around 14 to 10K. But yeah, let me know what you all think in the comments. Definitely hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Definitely check out my new channel, Marcellus Travels. On that channel, I will be talking about how to become a crypto nomad and traveling the world based off of the passive income that you get from your cryptos and also trading income that you can make from cryptos. But yeah, let me know what you all think on this. And as always, I'll be back with another video.